This is up in the air right now. I do like Please Don't Ban Diablo's draft a lot more, just generally speaking.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Do it!
Greased.
All right.
Greased
How
BB.
tight are you, Scott?
We'll save that for the end of the show, maybe.
How tired is Scott?
How tight are you, Scott?
I'm feeling pretty loose today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Tighter than a dolphin's anus.
Yep. All right. Welcome to episode 114 of the Gankbush podcast. I'm your host, Fringe Average. For those of you listening for the first time, we are the only explicit Heroes of the Storm podcast where all the different co-hosts represent different play levels. So we have someone as low as a silver type player all the way up to a master level player. Wait, is anyone in Grandmaster right now? No? All right.
No.
So we bring, well, I said, anyway, all right. We bring you the latest HOTS news and discuss the latest tips and strategies so that you can become a better player. So let's go ahead and introduce our the guy who loves BBs up his butt. It's Scott.
Thanks.
So
That's
tight, nothing else fits.
Good reference right there. Yeah. Thanks for that intro.
No, I'll put the blooper at the end of the show so people will know what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
That's listening for that.
Yeah, at the very end, if you listen to the live show, you won't hear the inside joke because you have to go to the audio only to find that joke. But anyway, let's go ahead and introduce our gold type player. That is old backpack who's calling in from Abu Dhabi. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our master level player. That is Bacon, who's calling in from maybe from the last time in Beaufort, Georgia.
Hey, what's up?
That's the last time from that location. That's not saying he's not going to be on the show anymore.
Well, if he wins the tournament, then he is out.
Wait, is he taking over from HGC too?
Someone's not salty.
No, I'm fine. I saw the replay review with Ganjigun today. I feel good. All right, so all right, let's go ahead. Lastly, let's go ahead and introduce our.
He read our team strat wrong, but okay,
What? What do you mean?
nothing. Go ahead.
Who read what wrong?
Some of the macro decisions that he analyzed with our team was not what we were going for, but okay. Anyway.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, introduce Tyreburn.
Oh, you don't want to call it Ganjigun, huh? You want to call him out?
He's right most
You
of the
saying there's a
time.
blind spot? What's the
He's
blind
right.
spot?
He's
Bacon?
right. He's right most of the time. But this
All right,
time,
all right.
few
Civil
discrepancies.
War with the casters. Okay. Let's go ahead
I'm
and introduce
not
our.
a caster. I don't know what you're talking about.
What I will be casting, but anyway, let's. All right,
Wait,
so.
you're casting Fridge?
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go ahead and introduce our silver type player. That is Tara Baron, who's calling in from San Diego, California.
What's up, Fringe? It's good to be here in the Nexus.
All right. So we have a good show for you. We're going to discuss the latest the latest reworks of Lunara and Diablo. We're going to do a segment where we discuss what does it really mean to know how to play a character, and then we're going to talk about the Bush League recap, and then we're going to do a draft analysis of one of the games, and then we're going to do the iTunes reviews, and and then that's it. And then so let's get the plugs out of the way. So we stream every Wednesday night on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you listen to us on iTunes or Stitcher, please subscribe and/or rate and review us. We are also on Spotify now, so for those of you who like Spotify, we're on there now. If you have any friends who play the game and want to get better, please spread the word about the show. If you would like to play with us, please join us in our BNet channel. It's called Win Time, one word, Win Time. Also, if you'd like to talk and hang out with us, please join our Discord channel. There you get all the latest news about what's happening with us, and as well as random chats and stuff like that. If you have any emails for the show, just DM me on Discord. If you'd like to support us financially, please go to our Patreon page. Also, we have a YouTube channel there. You can find replays of the Bush League games, as well as the live show, as well as maybe random tanking videos that Old Backpack does, where he plays Blaze like Diablo.
I think Backpack will need to do an update for the Diablo video, considering the changes.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And you can find a link to all of the aforementioned content hubs. Please go to gankbushsquad.com. All right, some quick announcements. So again, we do Bush League every Monday night. So next week it's going to be the last week of the regular season, and then the week after that is playoffs, which should be pretty good. So the format's going to change for that. It's going to be a best of 3, and there'll be map bans for each team. So it's going to be more. A little bit more HGC style, which is going to be great. So now Tarabrand can ban out Dragonshire and not have to worry about that. So anyway, so next week.
Cross my mind.
Yep. So next week I will be taking a week off from Bush League, but I will be casting my team's game with DJ Tyrant with the Nexus commentaries. So according to Zex, he said it's fine. So I'll be co-casting with DJ Tyrant. So that should be a lot of fun. Again, if you have any extra BlizzCon tickets or know anyone who has BlizzCon tickets, please let us know. We need a couple more for all of us to go. If you know anyone, please let us know. We would definitely appreciate it. Also, we have today I got the final mock-ups of the hats for the Bush League, the Gank Bush Squad hats, and these are new era hats. And if you go to our Twitter page, at Gank Bush Squad, and or our Discord, you can find the mock-ups, and we have 2 colors. We have the road colors, which is all black, and the home colors, which is black with the blue bill.
Rim?
Is it a rim? A blue rim?
Bill?
Bill.
That's the bill.
The bill of the hat.
Yeah. So if you're interested, first of all, let us know which one you like the most. I think everyone on the show, besides me, likes the all black one, but
It's the better one. Yes.
So if you let us know, let me know. Just go either you can find them on Twitter again and just let me know, DM me and say, hey, I really like the blue one, or I really like the black one. So that would help us out, because once we know which one you guys all want, we'll I'll order them, and then we'll see who wants one. So these are fitted new era hats. So for those of you who don't know, those are the hats that the baseball players wear and stuff like that. The ones you find at lids. And so it's gonna. And the ones we're getting are the minor league ones, where like they're still fitted hats, but they're stretch fit, so they're not exactly, if your head size is 7 1/4, you're just gonna get like the medium one. So, but they're really good. I have a few of my own minor league hats, that is, so they're really cool. I think it's this may be like a one-time only thing, because I was able to get New Era to lower their standards and allow me to say that we're actually an esports team.
Nice.
So in order for them to do this, because they don't really do this for normal people. So yeah. So anyway, so we have that going. And lastly, so tomorrow night, what time does Nexus Trolls go live? Is it 6 p.m.?
6:30 or 7:30?
But either way, the Nexus Trolls will go live tomorrow night, and it's going to be Ganjagun, Soken, and some other random guy, I guess. I don't know his name. I apologize. But anyway, the new Nexus Trolls 2.0 will be live, so go ahead and check that out. Yes, Tarbran?
Robin of Loxley asks, where are the hats available? Just to read.
Oh, so the hats will be available. So these are going to be special orders. So it's going to be kind of like how the BlizzCon tickets were ordered last year. So you just tell me your size, and then I'll tell New Era how many I want, and then they'll send them all to me, and then I'll mail them out. So also I forgot, I put a message on the Patreon page. So if you are a patron, you get one for free. If you subscribe more than $5 a month, you get one for free. So that's pretty cool. And if you give less than that, you still get one, but you have to pay the shipping and handling. So if you want to become a patron, and you can do so, you can get yourself a free Gank Bush Squad hat. And also, if you give, for the ones who give a little bit more, they get a little bit extra goodies too, which I will not discuss on the show. But that's it. Any other housekeeping to discuss? All right. Oh, lastly, we did Ganjigun did a review of the team Zaxxurus' team versus my team today. We spent like an hour and a half. It's on his Twitch channel. It could be on his YouTube eventually. I don't know, but please, I put a link to it in the Gankpush Squad channel. So please go there, and on Discord, please go there if you want to watch it. It's very informative. You get the analysis from a really good high level player, and so I highly recommend it. So, all right, that's it. I'm done.
I have a question.
Yes.
What happened to the Friday Feed Fest? Do we now compete with Ganjigun for that?
Well, Ganjigun's kind of like a cousin of the show, so we all
I know.
We all just play together sometimes. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm on every Friday at 9. It's always like me, EBS, like Blemsy.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are playing after the Bush League games on Mondays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are we gonna do Friday Feed Fest?
Maybe if people show up. I mean, it's just more like it's kind of like a pickup game, right? At the local YMCA.
Let's
The local
flag in the
YMCA.
sand.
I mean, it just happens naturally. If 10 people are on, we just play.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But
I'll
usually,
be on Fridays.
yeah. I mean, just show up. Usually, I would say at least 2 Fridays of the month. There's a Friday Feed Fest. So, and again, just if there's like 4 of you, just friend Ganjigun or join Ganjigun. Oh, sorry, join Goonhotz's Discord channel, and just sign up there, and you can maybe do that too. So, or just talk to any of the Windtimers. At this point, they all know Goonhotz, so there's a way to get involved. So, all right. Anything else?
I like the Nexus Trolls plug when nobody's gonna be on their show from here, and nobody on their show's on our show right now. I thought that was interesting.
Word spreads.
I'm sorry.
Or
what?
you said like, oh, the Nexus Trolls are gonna be on. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, and I'm gonna be on it, so watch it. And then you just said, no.
No, it's the relaunch of the show.
It's their
so.
first show, so
Scott's a little bitter.
they get a freebie.
We owe them
They get a
nothing.
freebie.
I was waiting for the lead up for like Fringe or Bacon to say that they were gonna be on it, but it didn't happen. They were like, oh, and moving on. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I was on it
I don't know.
last week. Or the
Yeah.
farewell show.
Mm-hmm. All right, so on to the main show. So Diablo and Lunara, the reworks are now live. So let's go to let's do Lunara first, because Bacon has been playing Lunara. So what are your thoughts on Lunara, Bacon?
I like Lunara. Here's the thing. Lunara was okay before these changes, but I didn't really play her that much, so I can't really compare old Lunara to new Nara. And
New Nara, huh? That's what we're
yeah,
calling
new
her.
Nara. You guys like
It's
that?
it's like a Japanese, but New Nara?
Well, actually, he Riker wrong time, says Grizzly.
I reckon Lunara wrong time. But the level 4 talent tier makes it really nice to play her now, and the side effect of having Lunara back in the meta is that Auriel's in the meta, so I really like to play Auriel too, so it's fun to play Auriel Lunara combo, and that seems like a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. The biggest issue I have with her, I guess, is that her giant killer talent at level 16, it's a little bit hard to use, but she still has all the same problems. She's squishy if you can access her, but she has really good chase potential with her slows on W, and if you're able to safely spread toxins all around, then she's a beast of a sustained damager. But she's, she still has that same problem of she's not going to burst anyone down, so you're going to have to harass somebody to close actual kills. But yeah, she feels good for the most part, and her Wisp is actually really good now.
All right. What do you think, Scott, of Lunara?
Um, yeah, it's nice having a level 4 talent tree that actually increases your damage. Um, I think the nerf to her poison damage kind of hurts. She seems, I mean, she's basically, I'd say, a little bit weaker team fight wise until like 16 and 20, where you get those power spikes. I'll say I don't know about that giant killer talent. If you're going giant killer, I think you're doing Lunara wrong.
What's right?
You gotta go the increased poison damage.
Yeah, unfair advantage. I think.
Unfair
Yeah.
advantage, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Eat
but if they have like
slowly.
a Blaze Diablo in your face, what else can you do?
You get that slow for the increased poison damage. That's what you do.
Every
Yes.
time.
Like,
Always in for advantage.
Well, usually I think it's like the withering one, the 13 one at plus the unfair advantage to like synergize off
Yeah.
the slows.
I'm not sold about that. I think maybe the spell shield still is really good, and you're not giving up the unfair advantage like you used to in that talent tier. So, I
Yes.
mean, as if you got other people to crowd control and you're taking a lot of damage, the spell shield is a lifesaver because that reduces damage a ton.
About 75,
remember-
right? It's the best spell shield in the game.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
75.
Or blast or something.
okay, I have a couple questions. So, Jiggly asks, isn't it true that Lunara being back in the meta now changes what healers will be viable if she's picked often?
Well,
Yeah.
it's always been the same. If Lunara is able to do damage well, then she has a really good pairing with Auriel, and also a really hard counter against Uther. And that's always been the case, and it's still the case now.
Okay, so Loxley asks, is she a solo laner now?
Well, he's talking about
She can be decent.
Yeah.
The siphoning toxin isn't bad if you're taking a lot of poke damage and you don't want to like suck up the heals for your team. Like if you got an Uther or something, and you can't just be like taking every single one of his heals every time you poke. So it actually does a decent job to help you trade. But I think if you're able to go Nature's Calling, that's the go-to talent as long as you don't need that sustain, because it just rips through minions, structures, bosses, everything.
Yep.
Anything that's not a hero, it does a ton of damage to.
And she wave clears so well in the later game. It's amazing.
Yeah, if you pick Nature's Calling with the was it Thornwood Vine? You Thornwood Vine a wave as it's coming in a line, and they're dead in 3 seconds. And you don't have to do anything else.
So Schizo in chat says Brightwing is now a viable option.
A little bit.
Kinda, but she's still
Yeah,
bad.
all the other the top healers got nerfed. So, just by not getting nerfed herself, she got buffed relative to Stukov and Malfurion.
Well, Lily's still good. I still think
she-
she's top.
Chief
Yeah, she
Ratchet
got
says,
nerfed
"Isn't
good.
Brightwing one of the worst healers right now? She does 0 healing." That's not really true. Her healing adds up over time a lot.
Yeah, as long as the enemy team doesn't have a burst comp where they can just delete somebody within a matter of seconds, she is very good. And if you got a double front line, which makes it a lot harder for the back line to get blown up, that makes her very strong as well.
Yeah,
And
Brightwing
a lot of
can
her
solo
kit
heal.
a lot of her kit is built around disengaging too, with the Emerald Wind, Polymorph, and Pixie Dust. So
Scott, do you go Soothing Mist at level 20?
For Brightwing?
Yeah, for Brightwing. Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I usually that's the
Really?
increased heal talent, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
the
what?
trait talent at level 20.
Yeah, that makes your trait heal for a ton, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think
But-
spell shield is like the burst she needs to kind of prevent like
Well,
the late game?
if there is a
The
burst
storm
comp
shield?
that you might need, like burst AoE, like a Kael'thas or something, yes, that might be worth it. And there's point control, like if you know there's gonna be fights over boss points or shrine temple areas, then you can go like the triple wave on your Emerald Wind. But otherwise, like the healing that you can get out of the trait buff at level 20, it's amazing.
Okay,
I
so
feel the spell
yeah.
shield like you can save someone a lot easier.
It's not a
Well, you
spell
get-
shield, it's a shield.
It's
Storm
20%
shield.
shield.
Yeah, the storm
20%
shield.
for
Shield.
3
Storm
seconds.
shield. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you got other stuff to help mitigate damage and pixie dust. You got polymorph, and you got if you go Z build, you got the Z build shield plus another pixie dust. So if you're able to utilize those and you don't need anything else, and to help somebody survive, the trait heal is amazing because that'll heal, a squishy up from 20% life to full in, 15 seconds.
And Chief Ratchet, you also have to keep in mind, it's also not about her slow healing over time. It's about her ability to wave clear in other lanes, teleport, mitigate damage through polymorph or her pixie dust. So she offers a lot more than just standing around and farting heals out.
So where does Auriel stand now in the meta?
One of the best
With
healers in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She might be the best. She's very strong right now.
Yeah.
She
Do you
goes
thi-
well with Lunara. Gul'dan seems really strong right now too.
She also
pairs
has,
amazing.
with her recent hope gathering buffs, you don't strictly need a hope generator. You can do pretty well just by using your, what are the cloth thing?
The E?
Her Q.
E?
The
Q.
sweeping strike
Swipe.
or whatever.
Sweeping
Yeah,
strike,
sweeping
yeah.
strike.
Yeah. Like if you have good Qs and good Es and constantly auto attack, along with your hope target getting energy off of that, you're pretty much full on hope the entire time.
Do you think
Sweet.
that her I mean, obviously her ultimate, is a life-saving ultimate, but do you think that it doesn't really do very much in team fights? That you save someone for like 3 seconds and then they come out and then they just die anyway?
It's about damage prevention, and stopping the tempo of the enemy team when they're trying to dive. So it's not like, oh, they're 10% health, then I'm gonna use my crystal. That's way too late. You should have used it 2 seconds ago when they're about 80% health and you realize that they're about to get jumped on. You use it, then you pop them off. Use your Q, use your E, try to buy some peel, and then let them live. Try to let them
Okay.
live. So it's about prevention, not reactionary.
And part of what it does, it allows your heal to come off cooldown. You should have already used your heal before you use the Aegis. In that 2 seconds, hopefully your cooldown comes back up. The Aegis does damage because the enemy team's staying in there trying to blow them up. You're full energy for another full heal on the target.
So what I do is Righteous Assault at level 1, which is if you hit somebody in the center of your queue, it reduces Sacred Sweep by 3 seconds. So if you get like 3 people in there, you're doing Q just nonstop. And that is a bunch of hold generation, and you're doing actually a lot of damage with that. And then do Majestic Span, which increases your Q range by 15%. So you can poke a little bit more safely.
I think you got to go Repeated Offense at 4.
Yep,
It's-
the knockback distance is so nice.
If you have good knockback, then you really shouldn't need it, honestly. It's about good positioning and just. But the Q helps with your hope generation. That's why I'm arguing for it.
Yeah.
If you hit your E's nicely and you can trust in your own ability to hit your stuns, then you don't need that talent.
Well, sometimes people aren't right next to a wall, and you get that extra knockback distance, and they're stunned versus not being stunned.
Also, a damage buff is you gotta actually quest up the damage on the E.
I can pretty much guarantee you every single game you'll see Auriel in the pro matches. They'll take repeated offense at midseason brawl.
Oh, he called it.
Ooh, there
I
it is.
mean,
It's gonna have
yeah.
like an 80% pick rate compared to any of the other talents at level 4.
So okay, so Sito says in chat he takes repeated at 4, and so he can go piercing at 13.
You go blinding flash if you go righteous assault at level 1, so you can get the repeated blinds.
Okay, so another question is, speaking about Auriel, so at level 20, do you go for the upgrade to so you get armor?
For Auriel's upgrade?
Yeah, the Aegis, and you get I don't know if it's physical
No,
armor.
Shield of Hope.
Shield of Hope's too good.
Oh,
It's
okay,
too good.
okay.
Yeah, Aegis at level 10 base will be usually good enough to actually let your target survive if you're proactive with it instead of reactionary, right? Like I was talking about. And Shield of Hope is team wide, and it's a bunch of shield.
Okay. Jiggly asks, does Karazim's new skin automatically make him in the meta now, no matter what?
Yes. Yes.
1920s boxer.
It's pretty awesome.
Wait, we don't usually talk about skins, but what's your favorite Karazim one? The Irish one, the black and white one, the clown one,
I like
guess.
the gold one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like the Irish one.
Yep.
But back to Lunara, I guess. Her level 1 hippity hop. There was a Chaos OS sent me a message yesterday, and he's the Map of the Storm guy, and he was saying that at level 1 hippity hop, it gives you a 10% movement speed, but it is actually not. It's actually around 22% movement speed. The tooltip is wrong.
Yeah, we did a thing yesterday, right? You were mounted, or
Yeah.
you beat someone who was mounted yesterday.
Yeah. I raced an ETC who was mounted, and I beat him to the next gate. But how it works is, she has the hopping animation, and the way it works is really weird. She starts from like 50% movement speed or 0, and then
No, it's 0.
and then at every frame of her animation of when she jumps, she gains 15% movement speed, and then she goes up, and then she comes back down when her animation finishes. So it's actually like her movement speed is like a wave. It's not a constant 120% movement speed, even though it says it on the tooltip. And if you go the level 1 movement speed hippity hop, it makes it instead of 15. So
When I was
gains
clicking on it, it was saying like she'd jump up from like 0 to 250%.
Yeah, 250, and then
Yeah.
it goes back down and then jumps back up.
Yep.
I saw that too.
It stacked 15%, totaling 190, but with the level 1 talent, it stacks at 25%, totaling 250. So this ends up increasing the average to 142.5%.
Damn, Bacon, that's some good math.
Wow. Yeah.
No, this is not my math. This is Chaos
It's like you
OS's
drew a
math.
vector to find that answer.
That's not a vector.
That's what we call a scalar fringe,
Oh, boom.
not a vector.
Oh.
But yeah, if you're stuck in like fucking Warhead Junction, maybe it's a good talent to take.
Yeah, but once you auto tap someone, you lose the movement speed buff. Like you have to just walk with them and press abilities only.
But it's good for going across the map. Warhead Junction,
Yeah.
Cursed Hollow.
And what's
that
the
might be
cooldown
it.
for remounting if you get knocked out of mount? 5 seconds.
Is it 5 seconds?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
to reactivate, right?
Yep. To reactivate your mount if you get knocked out of it. And what's this hippity hop thing? 5 seconds. It's not bad.
5 seconds. I see.
All right. Well,
And we also
anything
have to remember false stats straight without the upgrade at level 13 or 16. It's 6 seconds for Falstaff's trait movement speed to activate.
Oh, Tailwind, right?
Yeah, Tailwind.
Tailwind.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had a question for everyone about Nexomania. Who went Sonya and who went Lunara?
Gotta go Lunara.
Lunara over here.
Lunara.
I went Sonya just to be contrarian because everyone wanted to pick Lunara.
What about old backpack?
I'm going Sonya.
Boo.
Uh-oh. Ghost Bear's calling me out in chat for something. I don't know
Sonya,
why.
see? M4 choking on Sonya.
Oh, he probably said Sonya because you don't play assassins.
Especially like Lunara.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway. All right. So
I had one more question about Lunara since I picked her for my quest and I've been playing her a little bit. It's that supposedly she can do camps, which I'm just reading up about, and that seems super powerful for like an assassin to solo camps.
If
Oh,
you
very
take
well.
Splintered Spear at 7 and Nature's
Yeah.
Calling,
Yeah.
you can do the hard
bruiser.
mercenary camps. Yeah, the bruisers.
Bruisers, really?
Wow.
I
It's
thought
gonna
maybe
be-
you just get the
you
siege
might-
ones, but
If you don't properly stutter step around them so that not all 4 are attacking you at the same time, you
Yeah.
will die, but it is possible. Yep. You'll be
Oh, shit, I
low,
gotta
but
practice.
it's
Yeah.
possible for you to do it, which was
Seems
not
like-
previously possible.
Not
Seems-
really worth the effort.
yeah, seems like Loxley has a new character to play. All
Yeah.
right.
But if
so,
all the lanes are
yeah.
soaked, then that's the only camp up, and like you have a whiz, stick
Mm-hmm.
it there and make sure you're safe, and then try to do it. Why not?
Okay. Oh, so Jiggly said I played with Fringe's Vala the other day
Oh,
and,
God.
and we won.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
God.
true. It
I
actually
don't
happened.
believe
Was
It actually happened.
Still only Vala?
No, I did the W build.
multi-shot. Who plays multi-shot build?
I do.
That's old.
Hey.
I've never even
Don't shit
multi-shot.
on multi-shot build. What the fuck?
It's all a multi-shot
sucks.
build.
Why would you pick Vala for multi-shot?
Why not?
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't,
I think it's crap. Next thing you're gonna say you went Caltrops level 1 or something.
yeah, I did the face build.
Well, I don't respect the opinion of someone who went double mage on a Volskaya Foundry and almost lost to
Oh,
Juice Bar
wow.
Cheese.
It worked.
Oh,
One.
We'll get Scott's opinion on
Reconsider
on
that.
you did
double
not
mage.
win. You did not win.
He
They
won. The
lost.
catapults win.
The
Let's
enemy
look at the
team
results.
lost due to incompetence.
Hey, let's be nice to Schizo, all right? Let's be nice.
Oh, that's
That's what you guys are
Oh,
trying
man.
to imply.
Tarabrand's calling out Schizo, huh?
No,
Yeah, I
Scott
know.
did. You hear this? You hear Scott?
No,
He said
Schizo
incompetent.
was the one who was
Who
trying to
else is he-
save the game. I don't know, but
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Blaming
That's Schizo's
Schizo. He's
fault.
the one who tried to save the game.
Why
Exactly,
didn't
like-
Why didn't Sonya clear that? Why didn't Sonya clear that? Those catapults. What's up with that?
I was talking to
know.
Daz, and they said they were so occupied with trying to get the medevac off to kill the enemy core that it just didn't occur to
doing
them.
their own?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Sonya just clears those catapults really quick, and then it's over.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
we'll-
Zeratul dies for it.
No.
yeah, we'll discuss that later.
no.
But
Yeah.
all right, so now Diablo, the new Diablo is in the meta now, or no, sorry, in the game now, not the meta. So let's go to Old Backpack on his thoughts now that Diablo is in the game.
Yeah, I was talking to my Tower Brand about this, and Diablo is a lot more Zeratul-like. He's a huge combo-based tank. Like, I really think his W build is the best one, where you get a W cooldown off of the Q and the E. But it makes it weird because you want to hit them with the returning flame, not the outgoing flame. So like you have like W behind you, Q charge someone, then E them into the first W's flames. It's really weird.
All that effort for shitty damage.
Yeah, you forgot to
self-heal.
you forgot to
Yeah.
mention the most important part. He's dog shit.
Yeah. His win rate right now, I checked, was like in the mid 30s.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
dumped.
terrible.
He tanked 12% or something.
Yeah, his damage is shit. But
Yeah.
that is the playstyle for him though. They want him to be like this Q behind. So say W behind you, Q forward, W behind you, E them into both those Ws. It's a shit ton of work for like marginal value.
All right,
I
so
think they're gonna buff
I'm
that
on.
though. If they want that to be a combo, which they obviously do, that's why they had all the resets on it. They're gonna have to
Yeah.
adjust that to have more of a payoff for executing it well.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So I
so
think
it's
it's just a
just-
matter of
I'm
that.
on Hot Slugs, and we all know Hot Slugs is not completely accurate, but Devil's Due, the one that gives you more healing from regen globes and fountain based on your souls, poo poo, 8% below Feast on Fear,
Yeah.
which is the shadow charge and overpower heal you for 15% of your health. Level 7,
Of course.
shadow charge and overpower reset fire stomp eternal flames. That one, the one that looks really fun to play and trying to get like 3 fire stomps off in a combo. Lowest by far, diabolical momentum, basic abilities, basic attacks reduce ability cooldowns, lower, about the same win rate. They're both 38%. The one that souls increase basic attack damage.
The auto attack Diablo. I know it's ridiculous. That should not
I was
happen.
telling you that. I was telling you that.
8%,
Well, back-
7% higher.
I know. Well, so remember in the last show, I said, "Hey guys, there's an auto attack Diablo build coming." You guys are like, Psh, "This is stupid," and it is stupid. Diablo, like that means you should like life leech at level 4 for his auto attack.
I was telling you, malevolence and cruelty. You know.
No,
Auto
it's
attack.
it's more. It's you want life leech at 4. You want the auto attack at 7, and the cruelty at level 13 for the attack speed buff. It's stupid.
I mean, according to what Hot Slugs is saying, the auto attack build is the best build, and it's still like 45%. And
Yeah, but I mean, who drafts the biggest CC tank in the game for auto attacks?
yeah,
Well,
they
that's
need
all he does
to.
now is CC. He used to do crowd control and damage. He doesn't do that very well anymore.
They need to
Yeah,
like
but
double
his
the
auto-
damage of the
W.
flames.
Yeah.
Those flames got nerfed so hard. Did you see what the damage was before? I think it was like 81 baseline
Yeah.
on the return, and it got nerfed to like 30 something.
Yeah.
How do you?
Well-
I know it's easier to hit with more flames, but how do you reduce an ability by like down to like 30% of what it was?
Well, also like the outgoing flames do nothing. Only the returning flames actually deal damage.
Do triple.
But they have a crit indicator on them, so you're doing a shitty crit.
Yeah, I was like, why do I need to be showing I'm critting for nothing?
Yeah, I crit for
Tassadar
7
Morales Diablo, new meta.
damage.
Yeah.
Stem drum Diablo. Let's do it.
Yeah. With his 1 auto attack speed per second.
So is everyone in agreement that Diablo's bad now?
His numbers
it's-
are bad.
Yeah, his numbers are garbage.
It doesn't make me want
Yeah.
to play him.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
one thing I really do like is that he not get souls in combat. Like that's a huge benefit.
That is
Not forced to lane.
that is kind of cool.
It's not a lot though.
Right. All right. So Bacon, if
Admittedly.
you're playing Tower Baron's team today,
Yeah, I tried to.
if you're
Okay.
playing Tower Baron's team on Infernal Shrines, are you still banning Diablo first pick?
No.
No.
Oh,
That's exactly what
You could give
we
me
expect
5
you to say.
bans and Diablo would be number 6.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
How
gonna ban
about-
Liu
how
Ming
about-
now, huh?
Would you have said
Yeah.
that? Would you have said that 2 weeks ago?
Hell no. I would have banned Diablo.
Diablo was a top tank the last couple weeks.
I
Yeah.
think he's been a top tank for like the last 2 months.
He's the only tank that
has.
can go, he can chunk 40% of somebody's health in one combo. It's like, who else can do that? That's a warrior besides
Well, like
Sonya.
the last couple weeks in Hero League, he's been like first round ban, like first like 3 picks, like every game I've been in. So before
Bam
the,
Bam.
like
Oh, sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I would say like like 6 weeks ago, he wasn't that priority was nowhere near where it was last couple weeks. So his strength increased.
So Loxley says in chat that he says, and for those of you who don't know, Loxley's on Tower Baron's team. He says we will go into the lab and make Diablo work.
I don't know what lab he's talking about, but
Ooh.
Yeah. Unless that lab gives
yes,
somebody,
they fill me in on the lab. Like,
Dysfunction.
location of the lab.
Dysfunction on Tower
So-
Brand's team.
I think you meant to go into the funeral home and give him a swift burial. Like, goddamn.
All right.
Contingencies. We have contingencies.
Bam Bam, the Grandmaster Diablo main, the streamer. He's actually, even though he's kind of toxic and kind of bro-ish, he's really good at Diablo, and he could not, for the life of him, make him work in Grandmaster Hero League. He really tried. He got just pooped on.
So Goon Hot says that Cattle has been enjoying Diablo a lot. He says that Diablo is still good, just different play style.
Kato's an HGC pro player.
Yeah, there's a difference between enjoying a hero and winning with a hero. You know, I'm not saying his new play style isn't fun and interesting with the whole fire stomp thing, but you know, if it doesn't do any damage and your charge got completely gutted, you know, what are you gonna do? Hey, I sustained for a little bit now. You go grab a regen globe and you heal for like a third of your life. What? I don't see how he's
I mean, I'm willing.
anywhere near where he was.
Son and Good saying Cattle and Psalm are saying that they're okay. Just they have different play style and different strengths now. I mean, I'm willing to accept that. Obviously, his auto tech is better, but I'm just wondering how much effort do I need to put into Diablo to get the same effect out of him pre-Diablo, or other tanks that are easier to play and be more effective with? That is the question I'm going to pose. And guys like Psalm and Cattle, they can pick things up quickly because they're pro players. They know what they're doing.
Isn't Bam Bam a GM player too?
Yeah, he's an NA GM player. That doesn't really count as a...
Ooh.
Well, those are NA pro players.
Goon Huts, I mean, easy shit, of course. I'm a meta whore. I want the easiest wins possible. What are you talking about, calling me out for nothing?
Bacon just wants easy shit, is what Goon Hot says.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why I joined Bush League. Shit.
Oh. Boom.
Those easy wins.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else on Diablo?
Yeah, can we call him New Diablo?
Look,
New Noblo?
Well,
If-
I mean, there's
I'm gonna
Lunara.
research this. I'm gonna look at Cattle and Psalm stream and see what's up and what they do with Diablo, and I'll come back. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's an adjustment period, but all I'm saying, even after an adjustment period, if the win rate goes up, I still think he's gonna need a numbers tweak.
So, Goon Hot says, too bad those Bush League games don't give you MMR.
I mean, even if they did, the negative adjustment rating would be so much. It's
Oh. All right.
the team favored rating.
yeah, team
just,
favorite
like-
rating.
Yeah. All right. So anything else on Diablo?
The skin's nice.
Oh yeah, this skin's good. Give him that.
Skin's amazing.
All right, so we wanted to briefly talk about Malfurion. Now there's a regrowth time indicator on characters now. So if a character is green, they've had you have 11 or more seconds left before it runs out, and if it's yellow, it's 6 to 10 seconds remaining, and if it's red, it's 1 to 5 seconds remaining, which is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like
means the
it
color of
looks
the
just
leaf,
like
right?
Stukov's healing circle, except in the middle there's a plus sign for Stukov, but for Malfurions it's a leaf.
Yeah. I was gonna say, was it like a leaf changes color?
Traffic light, Tower Baron, a traffic light.
Oh,
Not a
it's
leaf.
green, yellow, red.
And I like how the color changes are in increments of 5 seconds, just like Malfurion's regrowth.
All right, so that's really good. That's a probably very nuanced thing that most people won't realize, but that's actually really cool that they took the time and actually thought about it and did something really impactful.
Yeah, that's a huge change because sometimes, you throw a regrowth on somebody and it, you know, in the middle of a team fight when you're doing a bunch of other things, it's hard to remember like which guy did I regrowth first, you know, especially if it's like a tank and a DPS. Their life pools are so far apart that it's hard to tell which if you're going by like the hot on the life bar, seeing how much that'll heal, you can't really judge that way very well sometimes. So this was much needed. They should have added this, you know, months ago since Stukov's had it for, you know, a year.
Never happy, Scott. You wanted it months ago, huh?
Leviathan asks in chat, how badly did that last patch hurt Malf? I mean, it did hurt him, obviously. It made his win rank tank to one of the lower in the support pool. But I think with this visual change alone, it'll give him like a 1 or 2% bump.
Yeah, I think with Malf is that if you don't land W's, then he's worthless.
Oh,
yeah, that's always the same though.
Yeah, but like you could still get by though with the old numbers. I mean, you could be like me and get by with it. So, but
Twilight Dream got nerfed significantly too, and that Twilight Dream, it still hurts, but it used to hit like a truck.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a lot more about landing routes properly and, you know, keeping your hots up.
Yep. All right. So again, thank you to Grizzly and Super Dave. I was a little late with that. Thank you for the bits. So a little late with that, but thank you very much. Where am I? All right. So moving on. So I wanted to talk about something. This is something I've noticed playing with people in Bush League in general, and I've noticed is that like a lot of players in the game or in the league have relatively small hero pools, and a lot of them will say they know a character very well. And I've noticed is that a lot of times, most characters have different play styles. Just for example, the easiest example is ETC. You either go mosh pit or you go stage dive. And the play styles from ETC with that ultimate kind of changes, I think, kind of drastically. And I've noticed that actually a good majority of players in Bush League, they'll play a character, but they don't know how to play a character when they're not, like they only know one way to play the character, which kind of limits the viability of the hero in the game. So I wanted to talk about like how important is it to work on, I mean, obviously there's going to be like a build that's in the meta, right? So when Thrall had his, was it Rolling Thunder build, right? It's important to
Crash Lightning.
Yeah, when they had Crash Lightning build, right? It's obviously you want to steer towards that, but like how important is it to say that when you really know a character, how important is it to play different play styles and to try different things out with a character?
It depends what you're playing. When you say you know a character, it's usually you stack them up in Hero League or on ranked draft by yourself. That's completely different than Bush League where you're trying to synergize with other people's stuff. Like I played a lot of ETC. I play on primarily with Mosh Pit. If you ask me to jump into a team and we're doing his other ultimate, Stage Dive, like I'm not going to be as adept to that 'cause I hardly ever take Stage Dive in Hero League or QM or unranked playing by myself. It's completely different. So I think So I think when you say like you know a character, it means you're familiar with his general build, like his most common build in Hero League single, like by yourself. But if you're playing on a team, that's totally different.
Well, I mean, how important is it to learn, for example, the ETC the different play styles with the ultimates, like for Hero League? How important is it to learn that in Hero League and stuff like that?
Well, if you want to play Mastery, then you need to be a master at all his builds. Like
it should be easier to learn different builds if you're familiar with the character. For like, if you say you're familiar, you can more easily adapt to different talent builds or whatever you're going for as a team.
But let's keep in mind that, like, even though this character has two drastic playstyles, we have to keep in mind it's the base kit. You drafted him specifically for this narrow window of play. So it's not like you can become, I picked an ETC, but based on talent picks, I can play like a Muradin. It's not, I mean, that's not going to happen, but because, he fits in a certain playstyle, and which can be hard counter no matter what you do in terms of talents. But like the other guys have been saying, if you want to claim mastery, you should have played with every talent build and explored all these things in not, let's say, Hero League if you're not used to those talents, but let's say in Quick Match or Unranked. I mean, yeah, we all know how to play certain heroes with one build that we looked up on YouTube or Hot Slugs. I mean, we can all do that, but to claim that I made this hero my bitch, you have to be able to be.
The thing is, these other builds, they only come about in certain circumstances, which are only there when you play as a team. Like, there could be this build that's good in a team for a specific purpose.
Name me
You know
one.
what I mean? I don't have anything off the top of my head, but just stage dive in general. I don't think I've ever picked that in a Hero League game ever. But then if we're playing on a team and it's like we want someone to side soak, it's ETC, and then jump in, like, that's totally different.
Is that where like Hero League is a bad thing, where you don't learn the different playstyles, right? If you're ETC, you just go mosh pit 99% of the time, and you never have the opportunity to learn stage
You ever
dive?
go? I know Bacon has went stage dive before. Cause I remember like there was I think Haunted Minds game I clipped from his game one time, but I don't think anyone else here has ever taken stage dive in a single queued up match.
I mean,
what about you, Old
happens.
Backpack? I don't think so ever.
I've done it before. Well, I do it not with you because I need to be main tank, but I've been forced into a off tank position before. Like the other team has a global and we don't have a global, and so you draft the second tank, and the second tank becomes the main tank. Like you go Blaze Diablo, then Blaze becomes the main tank. It happens, or it can happen. So yeah, I've done it before. Also, there was a period in time where stage dive was the hotness. Remember that? Like everyone had stage dive for like a month after the HGC when Fnatic did it.
When its damage got buffed.
Yeah, and it's still buffed at that same damage as it was a long time ago. So I did it. I did claim mastery of ETC because I played on a shit ton. So yes, I can do both builds.
In unranked, and quick match, just do whatever the fuck you want. Experiment, right? That's where you go to learn. And in Hero League, I'd argue kind of try to stick with the meta, what the most popular or expected build is, because let's say you go Uther and then one of your teammates go Grey Main in response to that, and then you go, I'm trying this Divine Storm build, and the Grey Main's like, what the fuck, I can't do anything this game now because you're not giving me Divine Shield. I mean, there's certain heroes that have expected builds, right? So like one good example is like Diablo before this rework. You know, he's going APOC combo build, and that's like as soon as Diablo's picked, that's what you can rely on that he's gonna go. Or I don't know, I can't think of it, but Divine Shield, like ETC Mosh Pit, those are things that you can kind of expect.
Another example is like Greymane, right? Obviously, you know, you could do the cocktail build if you want, or you could do the rich build where like I think
Auto attack,
like the auto attack build. So you could do that too, but like I don't know. I mean, like how like I don't know. I feel like it's. I think people sometimes just get too focused on one type of gameplay or the one build that's in the meta and forget how to adapt your gameplay according to your comp and your enemy's team comp.
Yeah, it's important to be able to adapt. You know, because if you pick ETC expecting a main tank, and all of a sudden, like the enemy team picks a ton of dive, and you have like a Vala and a Chromie on your team, it's like, you know, a second tank's not going to be a bad idea here. But all of a sudden, you need somebody to solo lane, so you're stuck solo laning as ETC, and you're trying to stage dive in. Like these circumstances, you know, exist, and they're not necessarily rare, where you got to switch up your play styles. And it's important to be able to play, you know, as many of these play styles as you can, so that when the situation fits, you can adapt rather than hurting your team because you're stuck playing in one type of play style.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Depends
on the mode, I would say. It's obviously, the higher you go in Hero League, the more mastery you should show on the heroes that you play. So that's also why in Hero League I kind of cut down on my roster. But if I'm playing unranked with you guys, I can do whatever the fuck I want because it's a place to learn and it doesn't count as much, right?
Yeah, that's
Which
what I
it
do
counts
too.
more than anything else.
But then again, we run into the situation of I should be playing a carry hero right now, or we're gonna get butt raped in this game right now.
Here comes
okay, I'll
Rainier
play
out of
Junkrat.
nowhere.
This is my third game on Junkrat, and then we proceed to get stomped because the other guys on the other side are playing, their carry heroes like shit.
Yeah,
But
try hard.
yeah, try harding.
Okay. Anything else on
Um,
that?
This is every time I go to here, I haven't played in a while. I go to Hot Slugs and look up the builds and look at the pick rates and the win rates and like how much they win depending on the map, because you have to do that if you want to be like what is meta and what is actually winning, because there's talents would have 80% pick rates but actually have a lower win rate than this one talent only picked 10% of the time but it has a 5-10% higher win rate. Why is that? Ask those questions and then ask yourself if that style is worth playing.
Do you filter by diamond and master only?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you should do
You
it.
master and then you go diamond if you don't have enough games. in master.
One more thing is I also, when I look up builds just for curiosity, I go to Heroes Hearth. I looked up alternative builds because they actually can have explanation of why they're picking them. Hot Slog is just sort of like these are the most popular talents, but it doesn't really kind of go in like you're picking this one, but you can do this other one if there's say like Pyroblast from KT, maybe you'll need a spell shield or something like that. So I dabble in Heroes Hearth, that website, and look at the different builds
really
from
good.
pro
I'll
players.
give you a great example of what I was just talking about. Lily level 1 free drinks, the one that gives 1 second reduced on your Q and free refund mana if the target is below 50%. It has a 55% popularity, but it's 4% lower than Wind Serpent, who has a 25% popularity. And obviously we can deduce that people like the free mana and what lower cooldown reduction for the Q, but the Wind Serpent blind actually gives you the necessary blind for whoever you're trying to counter in certain comps that you need. Right. So, I mean, the meta pick is free drinks, but you also have to consider Wind Serpent for those situations. And
Yeah, if the enemy team has like a Greymane or a Tracer or an Illidan, where
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of value out of that, the blind talent or the Wind Serpent blind is going to be way better. But if the enemy team has like a Zul Jin, that blind's not going to reach them. You're probably better with the free drinks.
Yep.
All right. So this is what everyone's been waiting for, according to Dexterous anyway. So
That's of course.
it's the Bush League recap. So I must say that the best game I've seen in probably since doing this podcast, so 2.5
Define
years.
best. You have to define best.
Literally the most exciting game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, best
that
game
includes-
ever.
That includes amateur, HUC, everything. And it happened Monday night. It was the first game of the night. And yeah, so you want to talk about do we have a clip?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do we have sound?
No. There it is.
Yeah, let's go back. All right.
Dad's pissed! He wants to get kills! They need to get kills! They gotta kill him! He's a lot of damage! Get the kill! Get off Johanna! Get off Johanna! Can they get the kill? It looks like they're gonna get the kill! Kill the bunker! The bunker! Get the kills! Kill Li Ming!
Kill the catapults!
What is happening?
Wow, that's just
so
bad.
They're gonna lose! He's gonna lose!
I actually watched that back like a dozen times.
It's so no!
Oh, man. That is so good.
Yeah, I actually have that audio for the outro as a blooper. So
Yeah, but you hear like Goon and Soken like cry for like 8 minutes after that thing ends.
yeah.
It was
The-
totally
the thing
different on comms too, because we were just all down and out like we're gonna lose, and then Loxy just was like, "Hey, wait a minute, they're not calling the catapults. They're gonna miss."
We're like, what?
What?
Was it me? Was the Sonya like at full health when they left the core?
Yeah, Sonya could have cleared that easily.
Right?
The call for that though.
Here's this. Here's the other one.
What other one? Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, but they're gonna
Oh
lose
no,
the keep
they're
right now.
going in and they don't have Sanct.
No.
Oh, this is gonna be so rough.
This
EBS
not
is
good.
ready
Here
for
comes
it.
Li Ming with a
not good.
huge combo. Oh no, she gets the wave of force. VP goes on there to split them off. They've
Oh
got the
my
turret.
God.
Wrath of the Berserker. Grayman on the core. He jumps out of Worgen form though. You lose Morales.
10 seconds.
Everyone
10
needs to
seconds.
stack up. You need to stack
Oh!
up. No, give him some more shields. No. Saint.
And that's GG, boys. I think.
So, for those who don't know what's going on, the Team 4 ran Juice Pirates, and Juice Pirates is basically Tyrael, Morales, and a bunch of other good race heroes. And you jump as soon as you get 10 to Fort Keep and just fucking suicide yourself onto the core multiple times. Yep. And this is the second time that they tried to dive core. The first time they got it to
Climb.
33%.
Jump on the
no.
core right now. Oh, huge damage. Kidzo's gonna die.
No!
There's the VP. There's the Saint.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's too early.
It was
That's
too
way too
early.
early.
It was way too early.
What
Oh
the hell? Bro, what was that?
no! Too early.
You guys, what the?
I think actually if they just
Why would you throw so hard?
if
Why
they
would
didn't
you
go
meta-
all the way back toward our hall, like they would have had a better shot finishing off.
Juice
that
Pirates
score.
so bad, Soken became a bird for a second. He was like squawking.
Wait, so is this gonna make Schizo buy a mic now?
Oh yeah.
You could have said, "Hey, you know what? I can't take this.
I can't
these
take
cats."
this.
He's a poor college student. He can't afford a mic.
He has a mic. He refuses to talk.
Yeah, but
That really would have helped at the end there, you know.
you know what's funny is that like when the game was happening live, I thought that when they all died at the core on Tyrebrand's side of core, I thought they would just march down. Tyrebrand's team would just march to the core and win. So I go to the bathroom, and a minute later, like Tyrebrand's team wiped him. Oh shit! And then all of a sudden the game ends. Hilarious.
Well, I will give credit to Team 4. They had the balls to pull that off. They had the right idea because it caught us off guard by a lot.
Yeah.
But I think one of them just maybe broke a few too many mirrors, adopted a bunch of black cats, stole some stones from Hawaii, lava stones or something, got bad luck.
Well, it just goes to show you, even if you get the perfect cheese giraffe that you want, you need to execute it properly.
I think they did practice it. Daz said they did practice it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Well, a couple number of things. The location of where Morales actually
The drop ship.
landed. Yeah.
That was- yeah,
the
that
way
last
they
one.
went about actually just not showing themselves on the map for 45 seconds. I wonder what they're doing. Obviously, they're gonna
Very
go.
obvious.
Yeah, very obvious medevacs. Maybe you should try to poke and force a team fight and then try to sneak a medevac in real quick. They didn't do any of that. But they were very close, 20-something%. But yeah,
That wasn't close.
that's close. What are you talking about?
I
No,
was joking.
the
That's
kill
close.
range is like, if you get the core to like 6% as Tyrael dies, that's enough to kill the core with Tyrael's trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let
That was the
me tell
craziest
you.
game I ever played. Craziest game.
Yeah, it was really entertaining. Yeah.
So
We were just back and forth on the comms, just cloud
His-
9 to just depression, like in a second, and then back to like, oh, we won.
hey Scott. So did they win because of double mage?
they won because Team 4 just finds a way to shoot themselves in the foot every week.
Well, one of them stole one of those lava rocks from Hawaii and they didn't give it back. Now they got bad luck. So they got to ship it back or something.
Yeah.
What is that from?
So-
Moana or something?
I like
that's
Moana.
No, that's like, I've heard that's like one of those.
You heard of that like an
Whatever.
unsolved mysteries like when you were a kid.
Yeah, yeah. And there's people mailing back those lava rocks.
Yeah.
Damn
Right.
right.
Badass luck from it.
You know, I think EBS Graphic, Tower Baron's tank player, said if Team 4 just played that game straight up, they would have won because of the double mage. But what do you think about that statement, Scott?
I don't know. I mean, between the Blaze and the Deckard Kane, there is some setup that whoever gets rooted and stunned should die every time. So they have
This
a
as
lot
well.
of blow up comp or blow up potential with that comp.
So, is it a good comp?
It can work. It's not terrible.
Oh, okay.
Also, I mean, they were winning levels 1 to 10.
Well, I think it's because they picked those characters just for that cheese strat, not because they were really good at those characters. I'm thinking. They're like, we just got pick the cheese comp. Like, I don't care if you're really that good. Like, I don't know if Ender Wiggins like really that comfortable on Sonya, but they needed like that damage.
Yeah. They needed Wrath.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the video is on our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch the whole thing, replay the whole thing, you can go there, and you can watch it. It's actually I don't know. I watched it twice already since it's been uploaded today, so it's very fun. And I actually used the same audio for the intro and the outro this week. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally the best game of the year.
Fringe, how did you like the Rainer?
Oh, so the Rainer. So the other game, obviously, for those of you who haven't, Leviathan just gave us 200 bits. Thank you, Leviathan.
Oh, by the way, with
But-
this win, Zex's team over Fringe's team were unofficially first place in the league now.
That is correct.
Wait, don't you both have 2 losses?
But in the head-to-head, we're
Oh.
2-1 against
Yeah.
Fringe's team.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay.
But so yeah, so the Rainer was it was unexpected, but you know, it was good. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I wasn't really like in game. I was just worried about because I was playing Lily, right? So I'm just focusing on what my team is doing. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, we did a review today of the game. So Bacon didn't play flawlessly. He got caught out. He just didn't get punished for it. At least once. At least once.
You guys
so.
didn't punish a lot of the other team when they
Yeah.
got caught out or dove in recklessly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
That was the
Leo
biggest
has.
takeaway I had from that game.
No, dude, you know the reason why Zuni like 4v1 the other team like all the time and he gets out of it? Notice that? Like he was playing
Yeah.
out of his mind.
Well, I didn't have a melee closer. That's the issue. We had like 2 backline DPS.
Yeah.
What we were going with the strat is just get to 16 and have all the keeps alive, then we win. And that's exactly what we played for. And yeah.
I couldn't tell that from Zexris's E burrows into the other team by himself, but
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
say
Did
so.
that a lot.
It seemed like he was burrowing, but then he didn't tell anyone he was going to burrow in. So it's just like him by himself. What was going over the comms on that? Like, did he tell you he was going in, or he just went in and like, oh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, but
Alright.
we've been working on him with even if he dies to call it out, and then also keep in mind the positioning of our team, and he's gotten a lot better with that. And a bunch of our players, all of our players actually, they've been really good with the criticism I've been giving them, and Leviathans like Lucio was on point with those sound barriers, man.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Every
That's
time
true.
was perfect.
I straight
Big
up told
thank
him the
you
day
guys.
before, like you're thinking of Lucio's sound barrier as a reactive thing, because if I'm 30% health and you sound barrier, I'm still going to be 30% health when sound barrier goes off. So you're going to have to be a little bit more read the team fight and be preventive in terms of your shield damage. And he was like, next game we played, which was this game, he played Lucio. Like,
Perfect.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. I can't. Yeah, no comments. He just played perfectly.
There was a moment where I was being focused by Leoric, and I was like 20% health, and then I was like, can I get a sound barrier? Sound barrier? Levy sound barrier? Sound barrier? Can I get a sound barrier for 6 seconds straight? And why he was not sound barriering, because he was in the bunker throwing out flame shots.
Nice.
While I'm like trying to stutter step away and stay alive. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game. It's actually the opposite of like no one really died, so there's no like dumb bull. Well, there's dumb bullshit, but it wasn't overtly dumb bullshit.
It was the best macro game in Bush League so far, by far.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's still errors on both sides. For
Yeah,
sure.
of course. But at our play level, yeah, it's the best macro game ever.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. So, but
one question though for Bacon. Why didn't Jimmy rotate top mid? You guys had a 4-man bottom lane for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, because they were 4-man. We were pretty safe in just matching them.
Yeah, but Jimmy's, I mean, the stats team's so much slower if you only sold half the lane, 1/3 the lanes. That always confused me. Jimmy's late game, yet you were playing him like, I don't need these stats.
Our team works best when True's in the solo and we are as a 4-man, and I'm able to dictate the shot calls and micromanage the team that way.
I see.
I think to be honest, I think True Fu is probably he can solo lane and not be a liability. So I think other than probably Zuni and maybe Blemish when he's not tilted, I think there's like only 3 people that could solo properly.
True is pretty good at solo laning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I think he was one of the key pieces in like us being able to do what we do as a strong 4-man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. Yep. So tomorrow, next Monday, or this upcoming Monday, Memorial Day is week 9, and then after that is the playoffs. So this Monday it's going to be the Nexus commentaries with DJ Tyrant, and Zetra says I can do the first game, so I'll be doing co-casting the first game with DJ Tyrant. And then I think Zex will do the co-casting for the following game, I believe.
You're not going to cast your own team's game, though, right?
Yes, I will. That's the game that I'm. So, yeah. I mean, that's
okay.
Zex's team plays.
It'll be interesting when you shot call him, right? And then somebody does a mistake, like, oh, that's not what we practiced. What's he doing?
Well, that assumes.
I wonder if there's going to be a
that
lot of
practice.
like personal stuff that came up in you guys' scrims that's going to be in the commentary.
I told him not to do that shit.
I won't do that, but I will talk shit if they deserve to be talked shit upon. So that's what's going to happen. But I'll talk
Sounds
shit
like
about
you
the
want
other
your team to lose almost right now.
No,
Just so you can talk shit.
No, I will talk.
I'm just waiting for these guys to lose.
No, I will talk shit about both teams that do bad. So I'm an open employer.
So that means you're
shitting.
gonna talk shit about both teams then. At our level of play, yeah. We all play bad. It's just moments of stardom that makes Bush League's games fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I'll have some special. I think I know the Bush League meta more than DJ Tyrant, so I think I'll be able to add more to the drafting and stuff like that too. So,
nice.
But yeah, I mean, I did some casting, just randomly on the Game Push squad for like a game or two, and it's actually kind of fun. So I'm curious to see how this works out. In front of actually 30 to 40 people, so should be interesting. Mm-hmm. But
will you be the analytical caster or the hype caster, color caster?
I'll probably just be the bad caster. How about that?
Nice. Well, do me a favor.
Badly.
Write some fun and random vegan facts and educate us.
Yeah, no. I'll have some good stuff. I think we'll see.
Nice.
I'll probably be intoxicated, so that's always a bonus. So
filling those void times with information about broccoli sprouts.
I have some going right now. They're almost done.
You always have some going.
Yeah.
And they're always almost done. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So wait, Scott, you've had broccoli sprouts, yes?
Yeah.
And you all
And you're a
always
meat-
bring up
you're a meat
Scott's
eater,
love for
right?
broccoli sprouts too.
Wait. So Scott, you eat meat like almost every day, right?
Yeah.
And you like broccoli sprouts?
I'm pretty good. I eat
Yeah.
vegetables every day too. It's called a balanced diet.
Boom. All right, they're good. All right, so I guess we don't really need to do the draft analysis because we kind of talked about Tara Baron's double mage build where I don't know why.
That was the
someone would think
circumstance of the hero pools we
All
were
right,
given.
instead
Let
of doing
double
the
mage comp
second
work.
round of draft, how about we try the first round? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We
Yeah,
can
sure.
try this.
Do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we should have done
All right.
first rounds.
Let's do a impromptu draft analysis of the first Bush League game.
All right.
The Volskaya game.
It's on Volskaya and it's Tara Baron versus Team 4. All right, so the what team is the blue team? Top team.
TB.
Blue team is Don't Ban Diablo, our team.
All right, so the red team has Chromie and Blaze.
No, the blue team has Chromie and Blaze.
Sorry. The blue team has Chromie and Blaze, while the red team has Greymane, Tyrael, and Sonya. So if you're the blue team, what are you banning out against the red team, and vice versa?
And picking.
Yeah.
I would ban out Hanzo if I was on the blue team because he's super good on this map because he can stack up by Stormbow.
I'll just
And I think-
ban out Stukov, right?
Depends. Do I know the team? Do I know their picks? Like if I don't know and this is just the drafts, I ban out Hanzo.
I feel like the team with Chromie wants Cassia.
Yes, desperately.
Oh,
Like,
why?
Cassia thrives in a auto attack based team with low CC, like the red team there.
All they got's Greymane for auto attacks.
I mean, would you say like what, Cassia Auriel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, and you just get an ETC to help round out the comp. I think that's plenty of space for Cassia to hyper carry.
Yeah. Auriel gives an oh shit button against it looks like they're going to dive comp with Sonya
about-
Tyrael Greymane.
So there's Chromie Blaze against Greymane, Tyrael, Sonya.
Yeah.
But if we go Cassia, Auriel, and then another tank, do you think that's enough wave clear to match them?
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
so.
Blaze to soul lane and Chromie's W
Here's a
clears
win.
waves. It takes what I think the back minions and the middle minion down, and the front minions are like 10% health.
Yeah, and if you go that Q build that you suggested with the Oriole, right? There's a good amount of wave clear with the Oriole too.
And Cassia too. Like you can actually throw his Thunderbolt and kill the front three minions pretty easily.
All right. Well, I was just posing the question.
Yeah. No, I just think that
Worth asking.
I always love Cassia against a team without crowd control.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I just love it.
A melee stacking team without crowd control. Like that's really rare.
But then
Well,
again, there's
Cassia,
also
you need
like
auto attack damage, spell damage. She gets
Yeah.
wrecked. It doesn't matter crowd control or not.
True.
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing, I don't know. I think she just negates Greymane pretty well, and if they just draft any crowd control, then she wins that trade.
Also, the bunker helps her out a lot because Blaze and her have the same auto attack range. So when she gets dove on, bunker's there for you.
Yeah, I think that with the Chromie, right, you can actually just poke them out.
Yep.
Right, so they have to engage you eventually. So they have to come into Cassia. So that's where Greymane gets kind of owned.
You could also try fishing as a Cassia.
Bitches. Oh,
Yeah.
fish. Oh, with Qs.
Yeah.
And
No,
Valkyrie.
with her Valkyrie. Yeah.
Yeah.
If like Blaze or ETC can get a stun off, and then that's a really good way to get a fish hook off from the Valkyrie.
So I think the red team needs probably like a Lucia for the sound barrier, so that when they
Also,
engage,
Temporal loop, right? and then when it goes off, cast Valkyrie. So you still get the chromie combo, and then you get the target coming to you if they're still alive. Yeah.
Huh. I mean, you can probably blow up a tank with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm the red team with Tyrael and Sonya, I'm just going all dive.
Yeah.
Maybe just get a Kerrigan and just do it. Fuck them.
Man.
Wow.
I don't know.
Full
That's,
China 5-man melee.
that's gonna be rough though, I think. Especially if like they already kind of know they're going all dive or dive heavy, that they're gonna pick some zoning tank like Johanna or Arthas. It's gonna be really tough because they've already kind of played their hand out like in the first 3 picks. So I mean they really need some poke damage before they go ham in on the other team. That's why I think Hanzo is someone they really need. Or like a KT. Kel'Thas will work too.
Also, this is Volskaya, right? Where you have these really long team fights where the opposing team is near a well and near the walls.
Yeah.
It's really hard for a melee team to engage on that. Their distance of retreat is so close.
Yeah.
What was that?
Sorry.
Wow.
I accidentally clicked something.
Oh man, someone went to Pornhub maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Ah.
Wait, there
Remember,
are
you have
pop-ups
to
in
go in-
Pornhub? What?
Make sure to go incognito when you do that.
What does that mean, Fringe? Educate us on how to properly go to Pornhub.
On a
Yes.
Mac, on a Mac, it's Control Command N, I think. And
Yep.
Go on the address bar, type in P, press enter, and it autofills to your most picked.
but if you go there, no one can trace what you're doing. That's why you go incognito.
Okay.
So if you're doing anything shady or potentially shady, you just go on incognito and no one will know about it.
So all you do is just go incognito and press the home button, right? Right, Fringe?
Possibly. All right. So but I mean, like, if you want like a range damage, like, where are you gonna go? Like Li Ming or Hanzo or?
Hanzo's the best, I think. He's picked almost every Volskaya game that I've seen, because his range is like so good.
His range got nerfed.
Yeah, his range got nerfed.
But then his range and his Stormbow stacks really well. If you go the level 1 talent, you can stack that really quick.
I don't know. I'd want somebody a little bit more beefy who has a little survivability, so that they could survive getting dove.
What about Gul'dan?
No,
Kel'Thas.
no. Maybe like a Tychus.
Oh. Yeah, that could work. And actually,
Or, Malthael. Boom.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Last rights.
No, it'd be Torrent probably.
Yeah, Tormented Souls works too. As long as they're diving somebody, there's gonna be a bunch of them near you, and you're just gonna be sustaining. They're not gonna be able to kill you either way.
In general, is it bad to pick both your tanks before the second ban phase?
Well,
Generally,
those
yes.
particular tanks.
No, just in general.
It kind of sets up what you're gonna do. Are you talking about this team fight? Because Sonya's not tank; she's a bruiser.
No, I mean general. Like, is it bad to draft?
Yeah, we know they're definitely not going to go another frontline, most likely, like 90%.
But I mean, like, do you ever want to draft like just Arthas and Artanis, or Arthas and ETC, or any type of 2 tanks at the same time? I think that's bad.
I think
But
so too.
yeah. All right.
It's okay if you go Blaze in another tank, because then you got Blaze designated as a soul liner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
about it, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I think if you had the Tyrael, you kind of. What about Falstad?
For which team? For blue
Yeah,
team?
Falstad would be good for the blue team for the disengage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So. All right. Well, I think that's our show this week. Yeah. Oh no! Wait! We got an iTunes review. I almost forgot.
Yeah, wait, hold up. Going back to Bushley, what was the what's up with the first pick Lily?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Wait, who first picked
two of
Lily?
all places.
Well, because I didn't want. I think Lily is very impactful in Bush League, and that I didn't want Bacon's team to get it. obviously. That's why I took it.
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing is that in team fights, she's you get the pop off your ultimate without any type of issue. Well, they should have cocooned me when
they had a cocoon. Yeah,
Yeah, they have a Nubarak.
but they never did it though. They never did it.
That's
for
true.
some reason. But I think they did it once, maybe like when I was halfway through a jugs. But the whole idea was to, in team fights, we'll just have the more sustain potentially with the Lily. That was the idea.
It seems like a wasted first pick.
Yeah, and you picked first pick too, right? You chose that.
Yeah, no,
Just
it was
to secure Lily.
Yeah, I thought that, like I said, like she's really good in team fights. Like I said, like for the most part, she's pretty much safe, and there's cleanse on top of that. So
I'd say she's decent to very good, depending on the enemy comp. If you don't see a lot of people that are you're gonna get value from the blinds. I don't think she's as strong as you think she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no, like the thing is that you have to remember, like at least with my team, you're dealing with pretty small hero pools, right? So you have to like adapt what you can and can't do based upon that. You can't like for example, no one plays Cassia on my team, right? So I really can't, if we need blinds, then it's gonna be Lily, right? So I mean, so that's the thing. So when you're dealing with people with hero pools of like less than 2 characters, it makes it a lot harder to to be you have to pick pretty standard stuff essentially. You have to fit stuff around what you can play.
But the first pick really wasn't that important.
I heard 2 questions at once.
No, I'll say you said less than 2. That means 1.
Sorry, 2 or less. Sorry,
Okay.
2 or less.
Right.
So go ahead, Tower.
It seemed like you heavily prioritized first pick to pick Lily when most likely they wouldn't have first pick Lily. And you picked a map, I guess, from what I can tell, your team isn't all in about the team fighting maps. So it seemed like you kind of set yourself up in part like that outcome.
Well, the reason why I wanted first pick is that I wanted us to be on a map that we didn't want to play on, right?
Oh, okay. So you just
it gives us an idea. So
Okay.
So the thing is that even if we lose, we had Goon do a review of it. So if the team wants to watch it, they can watch it, and get better from it. If not, then whatever. But I wanted us to be on a map where we had to do that.
Yeah,
right?
you'll
I'd rather
probably
do
have
that.
to end up playing there because you'll ban BOE, right? I think
I'm not banning BOE. I'm
All
fine with BOE.
So you're saying it was a throwaway game so that you could
no
prep for playoffs, basically.
It's not a throwaway. It's not. It's just more like I just wanted us to be on that map or on a map that we didn't want to be on. That's all. Like to me, I think with my team, you learn more from losing. And I feel like
come on. It's like we lost because we wanted to.
No. We wanted to win. We wanted to win. But I'm just saying I'd rather be on a map where we're not comfortable, and learn now before we go to the playoffs, and we have to learn on the fly how to play that map. So now again, Goonhots did the video. If they want to watch it, they can all watch it. Even Baking Team, they can watch it too because they didn't. They made mistakes too. So if I rather us try it and then have it. I'd rather have a loss on that map now than in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is.
All I have to say is the week leading up to this match, the team and I played maybe 10 games together.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I knew that.
You said that's like not that much. 10's a lot.
Out of the 10, 8 were garbage. 1 was good, and then the other one that was also good was against Fringe Average's team. So we had a really bad week. We lost a lot of games, but we learned a lot, and when it actually mattered against Fringe's team, we fixed a lot of the issues we had. So you learn a lot by losing really shitty games, and it feels bad, but if your team is in a mindset of calling each other out, cutting in constructively and in a constructive way, Does that make sense? All right, grammar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like my team played zero games because of scheduling issues, I guess. But maybe this will light a fire underneath some of them to want to play. I don't know. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to announce this now, is that in preparation for Hero League, in preparation for Bush League, the playoffs, I'm going to be playing Hero League.
Wow.
I'm going to be grinding them.
Stream it.
I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I won't. Maybe I won't do that. But I'm actually going to just go into Hero League and just try to work on my own game play. Because I said this in Discord a week or two ago. I said there's two types of people in this world. There's people that will blame other people for why they're not getting what they want, or there's other people that will take that will say, "What am I doing wrong? How can I get better?" Right? There's two ways to look at things, and I've always it took a while for me to accept this with HOTS, but I'm now that person who's like, I'm going to work on myself and not worry let someone else's gameplay affect me. So I'm going to try to do that in Hero League in the next few days for a while. So yeah. And I actually do not care about my ranking at all, because I know after playing with the Bush League, I'm easily a gold player. It's not even close. But they put me in Silver 5 again. That's totally fine with me. I don't care. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on my own Hero League grind and trying to get better. So then when we play in the playoffs, that I'll be better. And if we lose, then I'll say that I tried it the best I could. So, yeah.
Hey, do you remember this? The last time you played Hero League?
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Is it when I was toxic? Oh, no.
Untamed.
Mediocrity.
Oh, here we go.
And beyond that, something truly.
Average.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
I think we can all agree.
All right.
The funny thing is that he has it on his desktop ready to go at a moment's notice.
No, I have it saved in a folder. Gotta be ready.
But yeah, so anyway, so I'll be doing Hero League pretty soon, I think. But
I just like to say, Fringe has come a long way since from the guy you try to have as a high school graduation quote as "cheat to win."
That was his Power Baron. That's not me. You gotta.
Oh, sure.
No. I used the Shawshank Redemption quote.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I confused it, but you were all about that though.
Cheat to win.
Oh, that was 18 years ago, 17 years ago. A lot has happened in those 17 years.
That's what I said. I said you've come a long way from the cheat to win graduation quote guy.
So I guess if people want me to stream the Hero League, I will. I can't promise that I will be tilt free like Hero Physio, who's actually having a dandy all time playing Hero League. But
it's easy when you're getting close to master diamond player going up against like silver players.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but so I'm not gonna really try that hard to win. I'm just gonna work on my own stuff. But yeah. But anyway. Okay, so we have some iTunes reviews I wanted to talk about. So we got 2 reviews in the last week or two. We actually got a 3-star review with no review, just the 3-star review, which kind of feels bad because it throws off our rating. But
we used to get more 5 stars to counter it.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot. It's funny. I think you can just do it on your phone, right?
Oh.
If you have like an iPhone,
if you have iPhone,
it's fucking easy. Thing. Like most of the people who listen to us on the audio only use their iPhone or like an Apple OS. What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah. What the fuck? But anyway, it actually does help us.
Yeah, listeners, you guys suck.
Oh shit!
Right? Wow. Is that what we're saying?
All I'm saying is that it actually helps us out with the rankings, because even if you do a search for HOTS podcast, you don't even see us still. So the more reviews we get, the better it helps us out. So if you want to help us in any way, give us a 5-star review, and we'll read it on the Even if it's a 1-star, we'll still read it on air. So if you have the ability to give us a review, please do so. So we actually got a 5-star though from it's titled Fringe Gang Girl.
It obviously means fangirl, right?
Yeah. So this is what she says. I've been listening to the show for a year. The favorite part of my week is when the podcast comes out and I go to sleep with Fringe's dulcet tones in my ear.
All right, so Fringe, I want you, right, to have a response. I want you to address this Fringe fangirl right now.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Hey
go
there,
for it.
gang girl. How's it going? Holy shit. There's a saxophone.
Hey, baby.
So, close your eyes. Out. And let your breath, just focus on your breath. Don't meditate. Close your eyes and think of Fringe laying next to you in bed right now. As I kiss your neck. As I nibble on your lower earlobe. As I move down. Your face.
Your face. All right. All right. We know how. We know you're an awful flirter now. Okay.
Hey. I am half Chinese after all.
Oh, okay.
So,
What did that mean?
I learned by flirting from Tower Baron.
Alright.
I learned by flirting from Tower Baron.
Chipotle, right? That's first date material.
Oh god.
So, but anyway, so thank you, Fringe Gang Girl, for the review. I hope you enjoyed that.
Those dulcet tones.
Yep. All right, so all right, let's go to Tower Baron.
Hold on. Let's go to Tower Baron to close us out.
That's our show. We'll see you in the next one.
Nailed it.
I just had a little bit too much of Hennessy. Just gonna tell you how I feel. Look. You so fucking precious when you smile. Yeah. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Yeah. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes. I just had to let you know you're mine.